this is Matsan and welcome to our video. It's so nice to see you guys after a little bit of break, and now we were thinking today that we're gonna make something special. We're gonna ask each other questions of what was your first time of doing something. And I think it's gonna be very
should be fun. I mean, we cannot promise that it will not go wrong, but that's how
it will not go wrong, because I'm not gonna ask those kind of questions.
I'm gonna.
What? No, I'm not gonna answer. We're gonna ask each other like simple questions, and I'm very curious what is she gonna say, because maybe some of them I don't really know.
Oh my, I thought we were transparent, but let's see. Yeah?
Sure. So, Samson has virus.
I don't have virus. You have virus. You have virus.
I have a virus. Okay. So, let's start with a simple one, maybe.
Okay.
And you can ask me.
When was your first kiss?
What the hell?
Too
Why
much?
are you already going?
I was going to sex, but it's too much for a first
question. I
question.
think it's okay, actually.
First kiss, yeah.
The first kiss was very late, I would say, I think. And it was with a person who actually never really was my actual girlfriend later on. Mm-hmm. And actually later on we were kind of like in a toxic relationship. She wasn't my girlfriend, but I had the first kiss with her, and it was, I think, at the age of, don't want to lie, maybe 16 or almost 17. I think something like that. 16, almost 17 years old, yeah? I never kissed anyone else before that.
Okay. I mean, it's not bad. In my opinion, it's quite a healthy age, I would say. I don't remember specifically which age, but it's definitely somewhere around...
There was too many of them.
No! Definitely somewhere around first year in high school. So in that case, also 16 years old.
So not bad, actually.
Yeah? And it's with...
I hope.
It was a proper progress, no like stupid too fast development or anything. It was like a healthy young people relationship. So it was legit first kiss.
About this one, I think you were very shocked that I told you once we were in some kind of like trip, like a school trip together. It was actually like, I think we were like 10 years old. And we had some like conversations with the friends, and there was like one girl asking, I don't know, out of nowhere, like, what is gonna be your achievement for this year with guys, yeah? She was asking another girls, and I heard that, yeah? And she said, like, I am not so slutty, I'm gonna just maybe go with tongue kissing with some dude, yeah? And it's even for me, it's kind of shocking, yeah, at the age of 10.
Yeah, when he told me that, I was like, what? Like, you guys are crazy. Like, I will never forget, you were telling me when we first met, yeah, Polish girls are very conservative and they usually go with all those sexual things quite late. And then later on, all the stories he was telling me about him overhearing his female colleagues and classmates, and I was like, oh my God.
Okay, just so
next.
Another question from my side. I'm very curious about this. Actually, what was the first time that you ever drink alcohol? And I would say like maybe divine it by like really drink something, like you really felt alcohol, or trying it, like for example from parents.
Okay, so first time having a sip was of course when I was young, but I guess maybe somewhere during secondary school, but I don't remember which year. But it was literally a sip from my parents, and I was like, ugh, it's bitter. Why do you even like this kind of beverage?
Beer?
It was beer, yeah, it was beer. Yeah, and then the first time that I actually have bigger sips, it was at the graduation trip of my secondary school. So we were 15 years old, turning to 16. Yeah, so it was like a pack of us, and we went to the convenience store. Of course, the staff will have to check the ID, yeah? So we sent the boy in our whole class who looks the oldest. Yeah, because he's tall, he's a bit darker, so we're like, okay, you're on the mission to buy us alcohol. And it was like those light fruity beers, so like 4%. Yeah.
And you felt something after
I
that?
finished it. I think I felt slightly tipsy, but it was 4%, so I don't really feel that much as I thought I would.
Okay.
And that's it. And the next time I drank a beer was on my 18th birthday. Yeah, but I also was actually more full than being drunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the time when I'm actually drunk is already in Poland. So I don't really have such a big history of alcohol.
Okay. I will answer this question too, actually. I would say that about a sip or something, I think it was like I was really like maybe 11 years old, maybe 10, 11, 12, something like that. Because why? I used to like, we have some friends, my dad's friends, and it was like kind of like a garden feeling there, and they were having beer and so on, yeah. So, and even my parents gave me like just to, like to have a sip, yeah. And I wouldn't say I really didn't like it. It tastes different, bitter, of course. At that time, I wouldn't say that I would finish a bottle or something, yeah. Then the next time, like I really drink something, was at one of my colleagues' birthday party. We were 14 years old, and his mom gave us like a 4% something that had 4%, yeah.
So it's not like beer exactly.
It wasn't a beer. It was more like those. I don't know, kind of like wine slash...
Cider, maybe?
Cider. No, it was like those breezer. I don't know.
Okay.
Something similar to that.
Okay, but I never know what it is
something,
actually.
something with something sparkling. Yeah, but... And I drink a full of it. Like, it was like probably 0.2 I had, yeah? 0.2 liter. Didn't feel anything, basically. I didn't feel anything at all, yeah? So I was like, so this is alcohol, it's okay, it's so fine, yeah? I didn't even think about anything that moment, it was just like that, yeah? The actual full beer, and I will never forget about this, it was like an exchange program with the Netherlands, and we had a colleague here coming, lots of colleagues from Netherlands, they spent some time in Poland, and then we spent some time as exchange, of course. So we bought like, it was super stupid, because we were like 16/17 years old, and we bought like a Heineken beer, which is 0.6 bottle, like big one, yeah? Each of us had one, yeah, for the trip, that we had to smuggle it later on, and we went to some store, and the lady, of course, was asking us it was so stupid. She was already trying to ask us for the age, and we all pretend that we speak English, we speak English, but we are like foreigners, yeah. And then, anyways, we kind of made it like, but come on, he's from Netherlands. They can drink at 16 years old, so it's okay, yeah. And she's kind of like gave it to us, and the way like we bought it eventually, and I drink it. Very bad thing I did it. I drink the full bottle very fastly with them, and I throw the bottle to some lake. That was so stupid.
Stupid kid.
yes. And I felt really drunk after that. I mean, not really super drunk, but like, whoa, this is cool. And after that, I started to drink regularly.
Yeah, that opened the gates to alcoholism.
No, it's not true. Enough.
Okay.
Next question, please.
When was the first time you had a pet?
My first pet was a turtle. Her name was Stefan, which is Steven. Haha, why it's a he, but it's a she, because we later on, when we were at the vet actually told us, and it was like so many years later, that it's actually a girl. Yeah, but she was still Steve, yes.
Yeah.
And it was a very nice pet. Like I had it for like so long, and until it eventually died, but it was like almost forever with me. I think it's still I had it when I was at the university still.
Wow,
So it's like from little. I think I was like 7, 8 when I got it, and university time. You believe that?
It's super long, actually.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And eventually it passed out, but not because of. I mean, because there was some things with the organs that we couldn't really do. Probably.
It's getting old.
Yeah, probably she would still live, but she was suffering a lot overall, and we had to kind of freeze her by the vet. Yeah. So, but it was a beautiful pet. I also had a turtle. Again, one more turtle, which passed away very fastly. Like a water turtle, but with some problems, unfortunately. I had crabs, 3 of them.
No, I had many. Okay.
Yeah, I had like a stick insects, those that they pretend they are stick. I had some, like those butterflies in the form of this caterpillars. They became cocoons, and then just throw those cocoons because it was I put them to somewhere in a nature place.
Okay.
Because they weren't going out from those cocoons, so it was kind of boring.
So mean you are to them. But
No, it's okay. And you?
Well, first time having, if you can call that pet, because at primary school it was very popular for every kid to have something which is called 蚕宝宝, which is, I don't know the English actually, they make silk.
Ah, those.
Yeah, this is the
awesome.
English.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
this is
the English. Yeah, so it's like every single kid had it. Yeah, so we have many of them. It was super easy to buy them, and you will have basically you just find like a cookie metal box, and you put some wet tissue or something to prepare the environment for them. And in our campus there were so many of those trees of these leaves that they actually like, so all the kids during the break are just pick those leaves for them as food, so you kind of get food for free. Yeah, and then we keep them until they become the cocoon, and then they become the flies, and then we release them, set them free.
That's beautiful.
So that was technically the first pet. And then during secondary school, we found a stray dog. She wasn't really stray. It's like her owner was retarded, and owner lost her on the trip. Yeah, so it was a Maltese, and my parents used to own a breakfast bistro, so you can imagine how good the smell was for that dog. Yeah, so the dog came to our bistro, and we kept her. Yeah, and then till a few years later, we realized, it was our first pet and we didn't really have any experience of that. And then my parents realized that there was a chip inside this dog. Yeah, or even earlier. But
you just realized that, so it was belonging to somebody?
I'm not sure when they checked the chip, but I'm pretty sure they contacted the owner. So, but then still, I don't know what was the reason behind that. And after a few years of us raising her, the owner one day showed up and said like, oh yeah, I'm the owner and we want this dog back. Yeah, so we of course gave the dog back. Yeah, and then that kind of opened the gates of us owning dog. Yeah. So after that we had a beagle who was also a stray dog, and then Maltese, and then now we have Froggy.
I also had ants.
You're having those special pets.
I would still like to have ants though, but she wouldn't let me probably. I used to have fish as well.
Oh, we used to have fish as well.
Yeah, I would love to have fish right now.
But you need such a big space for the aquarium.
No, you can have like a smaller aquarium with less fish.
Okay. We had those fighting fish, I believe you guys also had it.
Yeah, but I never had them, and it's... Yeah, but we have them too, yeah? We should think about fish, Sansan.
I'm not a fan of fish.
I am a fan of fish.
We can have birds.
Bird?
Like big bird, like crow.
No, we can't have crow. They will make mess. We can have fish.
We will teach them.
But fish, I see so many places we can place
we don't.
Aquarium. We do? Okay.
Okay.
I will have this discussion later with her. Kidding. Or maybe.
No, okay.
So, next question. What I would like to ask you?
Something spicy.
Maybe something spicy. When was the first time you drive a bike?
That was very spicy. Well, I believe primary school, like everybody else.
Shitty, boring question. Nobody wants to know about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Primary school.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, I enjoy riding that bike.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, I think, pretty late. Eventually, like also, I was in a primary school. And I also ride a bike and like with this stick. My parents had to do the stick. The problem with me was that when they released me with the stick, I accelerate so much and I couldn't slow down or steer or anything. So they had to run to catch me. Otherwise, I would just fall down. Exactly like that.
You should fly away.
And your question, maybe?
Okay, so when was your first time having a car accident, if any?
But like, also small things matter?
Yeah, just any kind of accident when you're in a car.
The first ever, like I really did something, was with a bunch of guys, like all of us together in my Alfa Romeo 147.
That's very precise, but okay.
That was my first car, and I had to like kind of like get out from the parking zone, and there was a road sign on the back of me, and I hit that sign, but with a little speed, so one plastic element just detached, and I just placed it back, and that's it.
Okay.
I only had one bigger accident, and it was when I was already sort of like a sales representative. I was working like with this kind of person.
So you drive every day, basically.
So I had to drive every day, and I was driving from Warsaw to Płock, and I was too close. That's why right now I am never so close with any other cars, and I recommend doing that. It's stupid to be close to another car. They always can slow down, and it's always gonna be your fault, not them. So, anyways, I was too close to a truck, actually, to a like smaller truck, and there was like some kind of like animal, just
deer or moose?
Something. Just cross the street, and of course that car had to slow down, and actually he hit that deer. That deer just shoo, like fly away somewhere, and I put on the brake pedal, but I didn't make it eventually, and I crashed that guy. And I crashed it. No airbag exploded. However, the car was pretty crashed. Still, okay, I still fixed it later on. I could even drive it, actually, to be honest. There was no leak or anything.
Okay.
And this guy just came out. We checked where is the deer. There was no deer. It disappeared. I don't know. And he asked his like manager or something. This manager arrived, and he said like, "Oh, so I see that probably the costs for you will be pretty big. Don't call the police. You will give me 100 zloty because obviously the damage is like almost nothing in that truck. There was literally nothing.
Okay.
I think one little light was broken.
Okay.
But it's like this little on the trucks. That like you can replace it for 5 zloty, you know. That one's broken. So we went there. We went to ATM together. I gave them 100 zloty, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
And the cost of my car were like almost over 2,000 zloty. I remember after that to fix it. And you? You?
Nothing like really critical for your body. Nothing really damaged you.
No,
Nothing.
My whole body is okay. Was okay. Nothing really bad happened.
That's very important. Very lucky. Yeah. For me, first accident was when I was in primary school, and we finished the school. We had to cross the street. We were waiting because there's always a teacher as the guard to wave people to stop, and then let the students go. And then I was pretty much just at the side waiting, and then one guy in his Vespa just somehow show up. I didn't even saw him, so I was starting to walk, and then he just crushed me. And I remember I flew away onto the asphalt street, so of course my knee was bleeding and wasn't serious. It was just like the damage on the skin. So that was technically my first accident in my whole life. And then I had another one when I was 19 years old on the scooter by myself, and again I was just riding, and then a grandpa, he hit me from the back. So again, I flew out, but I was with helmet. That's why it's really important to wear a helmet, and it was a full one. So again I have damage, but this time it was a bit more serious. So it was on both of my knees and also here.
But you didn't break anything?
No. I'm very, very lucky that all those accidents, I only break the skin. Yeah. So that time I was being a bit stupid, that I was like, okay, you know, when accident really happened, you kind of black out. Yeah. So I was just feeling like in a movie. Yeah. And I was like, but it didn't really start to bleed. Okay. It was red and so on. So, and the grandpa is like, oh, I'm sorry, are you okay? You seem okay. Yeah. And there's like a apteka next to us. If you have some problem, I think he gave me something like 50 zloty or something. And I was like, okay. I was so blinded, and I don't know what to do. I'm scared to tell my parents because they will be angry, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And I took the money, and then he just drove away. I was that stupid, yeah? Yeah, and then it started to bleed a lot, and I really had to go into the apteka for the doctor to patch me up. Yeah, and I had to call my parents, and they were mad at me of being stupid for not calling police. Yeah, but it did took me, I think, 2 or 3 months to fully recover from that. Yeah.
That's a lot. Imagine how much insurance you could get.
Exactly.
From that grandpa.
That's for grandpa. But what is important, my bones are okay. I do leave a bit of scar on my knee, that there's a little bit. Yeah. And my knee kind of easily get sore. I don't know if it's ever because of that. Might be, but at least the doctor said that there was no damage on the bones.
Okay, at least. Crazy.
Yes.
Maybe one more question for this part of for this episode. However, I think it's cool to make another versions of it. Yeah. We have so much to ask each other.
Yeah. Something more spicy.
You can ask again, because I have no idea.
No spicy. When was your first sex?
No, God, never.
Okay.
It was never.
When was your... So maybe more emotional. When was your first time that you really feel like you fall in love with somebody? That's a heavy question.
That's very interesting. I think primary school and
already.
No, it's very interesting. I definitely I knew that I like girls because there was a girl. I remember I kind of know her name eventually because she was from a different class. Same age, and I knew that her name is something I already forgot. Okay. Because somebody else, I heard somebody else call her that name. Yeah? Okay. So I was kind of like spying on her. I remember any kind of break. I knew that like when we had the break, I knew at some specific moments I knew where she is located. Yeah. Okay. So I was like going down or somewhere, and I was looking at her.
That's creep.
Yeah, I was looking at her, and of course I wasn't like, I was a child, I didn't really ask or anything, but however I felt like really emotional to that person. Like I was thinking like, wow, she looks very good.
But that's it, there was no development on their relationship.
No, because just later on later on there was like one other girl. And I knew that she is interested in me. Okay. Even there was a situation, it was also in primary school, that my friend said that, come on, Mateusz, she loves you, yeah? He said that, yeah? But I was too stupid to even react to it, and she was very silent, so of course she was having some feelings. Yeah. I was just behaving like an idiot, because I didn't know what to do. So I eventually, just like that, nothing else. Okay. Yeah, then there was one in already like rather high school.
More serious,
but it's good that I didn't really try anything with her because she's quite bitchy. And, So anyways, that's more or less it. And then was like those actual girlfriends. How about you?
Well, if that's how you define first love, so as a
maybe it's not that serious, but I really felt something in my heart.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, in that case, for me also primary school. Okay. I had my first boyfriend, if you can call that boyfriend. But yeah, I also had the feelings to him, and we write love letters to each other. We still have each other on Facebook, actually. You know,
Okay.
we remain friends after that because, come on, you're 10. Yeah, but anyways, I was a bit heartbroken because he kind of broke up with me because of the other girl. And I was angry at that girl. I was raged. I was like, such a slut. Yeah, and
In the primary school.
Yes, that's a lot of things happen in primary school. Kids look innocent, but the girls are already beaching. No, not like that, but girls are already beaching each other. Yeah, so.
Okay.
So I remember I even confronted that girl because I remember it stays in my head that her book or some paper falls down to the ground and she bent over to pick it up, but in a way, not like you squat, but in a way she bent down her upper body, so her ass is presented. And I was like,
At the primary school.
yes! And I was like, such a bitch! Really, I was so angry. And that's
You could just slap her, maybe.
I was like, yeah, you bitch, you like that? No, yeah, but I remember I kind of confronted her that, do you like him as well? And then she said, yeah, kind of, I'm interested in him. And I was like, okay, it's done, whatever. Yeah, and I moved on. But, you know, I felt a bit of heartbroken as a little kid. Yeah, so that I can say it's like first love. Yeah, but then, of course, as you say, the more serious one was I met let's call him the real first boyfriend. Yeah. So this end of secondary school, so 15 turning 16. Yeah.
There was one girl in a primary school, but like when I was like little, it was maybe, I was like maybe 8, 9 years old. And I remember she was very interested in me. And when there was like this, like the day of Valentine's Day, she made like a heart paper for me that you can open it, and there was like a I love you, blah 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 blah, yeah. And she just like kind of like put it into my bag, and I didn't know about this, yeah. And then when and I was such an asshole because it's like she was really good to me, and I even liked her, yeah. And I just like, because I was so stupid, I kind of like opened the bag and she was somewhere in behind of me sitting, yeah. I opened it during the lesson time. I was like, what's this, yeah? And I opened it like what's this? So stupid.
Little asshole.
Yeah, and it was like it was so stupid.
Oh my God, you broke her
and
heart.
then when I opened it at home again, because I kept it, yeah, I was like, that is so sweet actually, yeah. But I was too stupid to even, I was just such an ass. I was.
Yeah, you were.
But because of all of those things happened, so now we are together, yeah.
Oh, that's stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for today.
For today. More spicy things will be later.
Yes, if you guys like it, so we will make it.
Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this little video.
Yep.
And see you guys next time, and goodbye.
We love you. Cześć. Bye.